Hello everybody and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. This is Season 5 playoffs in Division D West. We're in the quarterfinals, everybody. First seed Off-Brand Cereal is squaring off against 4th seed Lightly Salted. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket. See how these two teams arrived in the quarterfinals. Off-Brand Cereal taking down Planet Smashers in a 2-0. And Lightly Salted winning over Bone Boys also in a 2-0. And we have tonight's matchup. This is a best of 3, by the way. Meanwhile, Longhorn Gaming and Mildly Interesting will be playing in the other half of these quarterfinals. So the winner of this match will play the winner of that match. Some interesting tidbits there as we wait for our lobby to fill up. These two teams have played each other before, so we'll be looking at that, looking at some numbers attached to that. Actually, you could probably just look at that right now. This is where I meant to go. Matchup history. Off-Brand Cereal did win 2-0 over Lightly Salted in the regular season. I do believe they played each other in their last games of the season. This is game 1 numbers. They played Infernal Shrines. And we can just look real quickly at game 2. Which was a Sky Temple match. And we can look at some comparisons between the two teams here as well. Should be pretty hotly contested. Two top-seeded teams here. In the map selections, you can see the bans and the first map pick. So Lightly Salted banned Infernal Shrines, Off-Brand Cereal banned Dragonshire, and Lightly Salted picked, well, Skya Foundry. That's going to be our first match. Let's see if both captains are ready. We can get into the first draft here. Looks like we're good to go. Let's hop into game number 1 on Volskaya Foundry. Hello everybody, I'm Outhought. I'll be your host for this best of 3 quarterfinal between Off-Brand Cereal and Lightly Salted. Off-Brand Cereal will be on the left side of your screen wearing blue tonight. And they're going to jump right in with a Kerrigan ban. Kerrigan recently reworked into extreme OP status. So, not a surprising ban there. Let's get some background music going on. It's a little quiet around here. First ban coming out from Lightly Salted. Any moment now, Lightly Salted on the right side of your screen in the red. That's going to be a Genji ban. Ooh, a Lucio ban. Not something you see every day. This map does value sustain, something Lucio is especially good at. Two teams often clash for quite a while over the objective on this map. Let's see what the final ban is of this first ban phase. From Lightly Salted. It's going to be Maev. Maev can be quite pesky. Lots of displacement, jumping around. Lots of mobility. But she's not going to be around. Instead, Whitemane is first pick of the game.
Tremble before me.
And Lightly Salted responds with a Diablo Tyrande combo. That's as old school as you can get. Way back in the day when there was such a thing called a stun meta. They were kind of at the heart of that, if memory serves. And now they're back. See, Diablo is currently sitting at a 50% win rate in Division D West, over 38 games. We have a Blaze Phoenix, so we have off lane and a damage dealer chosen by Off-Brand Cereal. How's Tyrande doing these days? She's at 57% in 21 games, so pretty solid win rates there. Phoenix and Blaze. Blaze, one of the premier offlaners for a while. Still used in that capacity quite a bit. It's been changed a little bit recently. Some tweaks. Made him slightly less elite, perhaps. Alright, and our final bans, Johanna and Jaina. Johanna's been extremely popular this season. 72% popularity through Season 5 in this division. And same could probably be said for Jaina if we look at her. Yeah, she's at 46% popularity, but she wins a lot of her games. 57.4% for Jaina in 54 games. So, quality bans all around. We have a Yrel and Kel'Thuzad duo picked up. Yrel versus Blaze is probably going to be our offline arrangement. Yrel dangerous in so many ways. Mobility, she has sustain, she has everything you want in an offlaner basically. Great team fight capabilities. Tychus and Anubarak is going to round out Off-Brand Cereal's team. Anubarak giving you lots of control, Tychus giving you lots of damage. Also, a couple of good ultimates. And we have Kael'thas finishing off this draft. Kael'thas especially interesting on this map where you have a small team fight area where Kael'thas can really benefit from spreading his fire damage around. So there you have it, folks. Game number 1, any predictions in chat? Which of these two teams is going to take the first match? Be interesting to see that. Alright, so for Off-Brand Cereal, we have Blaze played by Rakatan, Double J playing Anubarak, Mr. Dr. Patrick playing Phoenix, Mad Buddha playing Tychus, and Springlock playing Whitemane. For Lightly Salted, we have Wafflecopter on Kel'Thuzad, Absolute Yoda on Kael'thas, Archvalley on Diablo, Delta E93 on Yrel, and Tyrande played by Resonance. So, a really good Kel'Thuzad, in my experience, transforms games in a very dramatic way, so we'll have to see if that holds true in this match. That's maybe the scariest pick in this draft for me anyway, if I were looking at playing against any of these heroes. Yrel can also be extremely problematic. Really, both teams look really good. There's no weaknesses that we can really point out.
The battle begins in 10 seconds. 5.
No sprays yet.
3.
Maybe those will come out after the first game is over.
The gates are open. Go.
Looks like Phoenix is going to go ahead and waddle on up to the top lane right away. We had an early Tyrande Owl scoping out the world. And we have our level 1 talent picks showing at the bottom of the screen there. Blaze going with new habits. We have mobile offense, Nerubian armor, press the advantage, and clemency. Meanwhile, Lightly Salted, Kel'Thuzad's going with barbed chains. We have Mana Addict from Kael'thas, Feast on Fear from Diablo, Light of Karabor, and Celestial Attunement from Tyrande. Tyrande looking to remove some of that CC capability from off-brand Cereal's Quiver. Things pretty standard so far, although Lightly Salted is going to prioritize the Merc situation a little bit sooner than off-brand Cereal. Scary little move from Double J there. Has to slide out of Archer Valley's reach. Off-brand Cereal is going to follow suit here and go ahead and acquire one of these turrets for themselves. We have some aggression top lane, perhaps. There's a stun attempt from Resonance. Didn't quite connect on Mr. Dr. Patrick. 3-3 on experience. No real clashes as of yet. Kel'Thuzad only at 2 stacks so far, both teams hitting level 4 pretty much simultaneously. Lightly Salted starting work on this support camp. They want that biotic emitter. Couple members of off-brand Cereal scoping it out. Double J making 3. Diving in, quality stun on multiple members of Lightly Salted, and that's going to be 2 kills, including first blood in the game. It's going to be off-brand Cereal to claim that. They also got the biotic emitter after all is said and done. We're going to have the control point unlocking in about 20 seconds, folks. Some early game fireworks. Kel'Thuzad going with Phylactery. Mana Tap. We have Souls to the Flame, Gift of the Naru, and Lunar Blaze. Siege Camp secured by Lightly Salted. 6-5 now. Almost a full level lead for off-brand Cereal going into this first objective phase. Lightly Salted want to even up those levels before they go in, perhaps. Don't really have a talent tier problem quite yet. Blaze going with Adhesive Petroleum. We have target acquired, Underking in the Rhythm, and High Inquisitor out of Whitemane. Kael'thas hanging out top lane, getting some extra XP soak. Lightly Salted has moved in here. It's 69-0 in terms of acquiring the Tree Glove Protector, but there's more to be said about that. There's another quality Double J slide in. He's surrounded though. Follow-up stun by Rakatan. Nubrak will die though. It's Kel'Thuzad root on Mad Buddha. Arch Valley jumping in there. There's the flip. Rakatan dying. Combo play out of Lightly Salted to secure that kill. Level 7s for each team. 99% for off-brand Cereal on this objective. We have camps being taken on both sides during this lull. Delta E93 hanging out in this vent, waiting to see if there's some kind of a pick situation possible. There it is, Rakatan moving in. Able to get out though. 99-76. Another full-on fight ensues. Kael'thas spreading that fire around. Double J getting pretty low, having to run out. Delta E93 took a swipe and had to leap back to safety. Two kills to 2, 8-8, 99-99. It couldn't be any closer than this. Double J finally dying. Diablo getting credit for that kill on a Nubarak. Mad Buddha has to be careful. Down to under 200 health. There's the Kel'Thuzad chain. Nice escape though in the end.
Blue team has taken
Mad Buddha will stay alive. But this first protector has turned red. It's all about the lightly salted right now. Getting some value from all that effort. Tyrande Owl flying across your screen. That'll be a gate down, 2 towers down, 9 to 8 XP. Levels. Look at some stats here as the Tree Glove moves on up to top lane. Resonance helping out. Looks like Urel and Kel'Thas are inside the robot. Wafflecopter moves in. 9 to 9. Lightly salted. Looks like they will reach level 10 first. However, slightly. Protector blows up. Tychus pushing bot lane, trying to get some counter pressure. Urel sees it, doesn't like it, moves in. There's a shove. Slap-a-rooney. Bad Buddha flipped. Manages to escape the full-on Wafflecopter punishment. Mad Buddha being very slippery so far in this game. Off-brand cereal. Securing biotic emitter from the support camp. Level 10s. Let's see what our ultimates are. I'm seeing Bunker. Seeing Purification Salvo. We have Cocoon, Odin, and Divine Reckoning. Over on the red side, we have Shadow Fisher, Phoenix, Lightning Breath, Sacred Ground, and Starfall. Three kills to 2 for Lightly Salted. We go back to a XP management phase of the game. If you're just joining us, this is Division D West. We're in the quarterfinals. This is the 1st and 4th seeded teams going off. Double J, talking about going off to Rhonda and Co. Getting a pick right there in between 2 lanes. 4 to 2 now in terms of kills. Mad Buddha better be careful. Gets flipped, slides. Takes some more damage though from Kel'Thas. On the way out, Odin is used. Off-brand cereal pushing from left to right all the way up to the gate. Odin taking some pot shots at the towers and gate. Stun doesn't quite connect. Pressure continues. Without a Nubarak soaking XP in the middle. There's a flip on Mad Buddha. He scooches away. Lightning Breath comes out. Washes over various members of our brand cereal. Not too much damage to worry about though. Catan had to drop that turret, fearing for their life. Just a little bit perhaps. Better to activate it than to lose it entirely in case you do get killed. Wafflecopter continuing to stack up. Kel'Thuzad's at 26. Stacks. 12 to 12
Control the terminal and bring in the
is our XP total. Delta E93 and Arch Valley working the middle lane XP just a little bit. Diablo's gonna rotate up though. Off-brand cereal already accumulating those crucial percentage points. Almost to 50% already. Lightly salted, figuring out how they want to approach this puzzle. Double J taking a ton of damage. Cocoon on Diablo. And there's a nice engage from Double J. It's getting multiple stuns. We'll pay for it with their life. The soul will kill Foss. And Tyrande. And Urel. And Phoenix. It's a bloodbath. Lightly salted. 4 deaths. Managing to get 2 kills though in the meantime. 4-2. That's going to be an off-brand serial protector.
Blue team has
13s
taken control of a
being
protector.
chosen by both teams. Chains of Ice, Fish and Bomb, Devastating Charge, Aldor Peacekeeper, and Harsh Moonlight from Toronto. Blaze and Whitemane are piloting the Tree Glove Protector. Pressuring top lane. Lightly Salted responds in force. Almost totally in force. 4 members of the team anyway. Yrel working mid lane still. Absolute Yoda low, being targeted by the Protector.
Hero slain.
Ooh, but just below that we had a Diablo kill. Mad Buddha getting credit for that one. Kel'Thuzad is fully stacked now,
Hero slain.
but also dead. Mad Buddha securing another kill there.
Blue team has destroyed the fort.
First fort of the game is destroyed. And that's going to be off-brand Serial's accolade to claim.
That is the extent of the protector's
Also a tower top lane.
Impressive.
8 kills to 6 for off-brand Serial now. As they move over to the support camp. Biotic emitter will be theirs. Kel'Thuzad returning to the battlefield. Yrel working bot lane. Titus Yrel interaction there potentially. Delta E93 keeping their distance. Resonance and Arch Valley securing a turret. Off-brand Serial doing the same over on their side of the map. Kel'Thas is top. Pushing out that lane just a little bit. And off-brand Serial fancies some bottom lane pressure. Here's some CC chains on Delta E93. There's a flip on Double J. Cocoon comes out on Diablo. Gate falls. Tyrande stun on Double J. Kel'Thuzad trying to help out with that ultimate from afar. Yrel is out of the game for another 10 seconds. So off-brand Serial is going to keep on keeping on down here. There's a flip and a stun on the Phoenix. Kel'Thuzad chains that combo doing the work, killing Whitemane. Lightning Breath on Double J into the Tyrande stun. Seeing quality combo play in this game from both teams. And Anub'arak will fall again. During all that, we had Delta E93 working on this siege camp. 17 to 16 now in favor of off-brand Serial with a 9 to 8 kill count. 6 to 5 on buildings. Rakatan getting surrounded, comboed and blown up. Oof.
Be online in a moment.
Lightly Salted seeing it, making the most of it. They have 38 seconds with that man advantage. Be a little indecisive on what to do with it at first, but finally we see a conglomeration in the middle. 3 members of Lightly Salted.
Access terminal online.
They decide to go ahead and finish off this middle fort.
Red team has destroyed the fort.
Next objective is active on the bottom of the map. Resonance hanging out on that pad. Counting up the percentage points. Up to 35%. Final 2 members of off-brand Serial making their way down. Blaze will be the last one to assemble. Double J and Rakatan already have a little bit of damage. to show 4 other life bars. And there's a Tyrande stone. Tyrande stone on double J. Tyrande stone. Diablo's cocooned. Out comes Purification Salvo. Waffle Copter blown up. Odin is active, getting that AoE damage out from Tychus. Tyrande falls. Delta E93 has to leap away, being extremely low in health, leaving only Arch Valley to watch as this bottom fort explodes. Watch out, Absolute Yoda getting stunned and destroyed. 4 members of Off-Brand Serial moving on to this bottom keep gate now. About half a level from 20 they are. Lightly Salted hanging out at level 18 still. So that gate's down, both towers are destroyed. There's a disengaged double stun from double J. Lightly Salted has something to say about that. Diablo getting cocooned again. Delta E93 was below 200 health and now 0 health. Tychus getting another kill. Arch Valley with a defensive stun. And there's a kill on Diablo. But Diablo had souls, will be back. Tyrande won't be though. She's out of the game for 50 seconds. And this keep is going to fall now. Level 20s attained by Off-Brand Serial. This keep is holding on. About 20%, 10% of its life. No, there it goes. It couldn't have survived. With the Tree Glove Protector pressing in. Diablo dying again. And with 2 members of Lightly Salted in Purgatory, this should be GG for Off-Brand Serial. Tree Glove Protector knocking the core down to 20%. 10%, that's going to be GG for Off-Brand Serial in Game 1 of this best of 3 quarterfinal. That was a close match for a good half of that game. And then we saw Off-Brand Serial kind of pull away there in the latter half. Take a look at some numbers here. Whitemane doing 56k healing. Only 1 death in that game. Springlock doing well there. 16 assists. Tyrande with lots of nice stuns. CC chain contributions. 1, 8, and 4 line out of resonance with almost 40k healing. See, top hero damage, Tychus. Mad Buddha having an excellent game. 7 kills. 9 assists, no deaths. Also highest XP contribution of any player in the game. What do we have for top damage on Lightly Salted? We are looking at Kel'Thuzad Wafflecopter, finishing with 44k, 3, 5, and 4 line. So Off-Brand Serial did pretty well avoiding the wrath of Kel'Thuzad that particular game. 16 kills to 9 in an 18-minute 30-second Polskaya Foundry Game 1. Alright folks, I'm going to set up game number 2. So I will see you on the flip side of that. Thanks for joining us, by the way. Division D West quarterfinals here, best of 3. We're going into game 2 just after this. Thanks for joining us. Hang tight. Alright folks, we're about ready to start game number 2. We're heading to Battlefield of Eternity, chosen by off-brand Serial. That means Lightly Salted is going to have first hero pick in this next match. Just waiting for the lobby to fill up. Looking at what happened the last time these two teams met each other in the regular season, they actually did play each other. Game 1 took place on Infernal Shrines. Those are the numbers we saw during that game. Looks like we're about ready to start game 2. Let's check if both captains are ready. you're just joining us, Off-Brand Cereal, #1 seed in Division D West, did take Game 1. Looks like both captains are ready, so we can go ahead and ease on over to Battlefield of Eternity. Alright, welcome back everybody. Once again, I am Odd Thought, your host for this best of 3. If Off-Brand Cereal wins this game number 2, they will move on in the playoffs. Lightly Salted, hoping to extend their season with a win here and then a win in game 3. And then they'll move on. So that's the situation right now. Very quickly, we have Genji ban out of Lightly Salted, with Off-Brand Cereal banning White Mane. So first game, I felt was really characterized by CC. Lots of nicely chained abilities. I wonder if we'll continue to see that in these two comps in game 2, or if either team will kind of head in a different direction. Hanzo and Kerrigan removed from the game by our two teams, and we're going to see the first hero pick any second now. Taronda returning to the battlefield. Taronda having a nice time of contributing to those CC chains I was talking about just a moment ago. Putting out some decent healing numbers as well. And we see a Greymane Johanna combo. Talked about Johanna during the first draft a little bit. She has been everywhere in NGS Season 5. Greymane giving you nice amounts of poke, lots of aggression, can dive in when needed to secure those kills. Very solid early pick in just about any draft. Also on this particular map, Battlefield of Eternity, you are doing a DPS race quite often, so Greymane contributes to that really well. As does Artanis, so Artanis Diablo picked up by Lightly Salted. Artanis, one of the best immortal damage racers in the game, along with Greymane. Diablo getting lots of value on this map too, because so much of the action happens in the middle where there are corridors galore. So Diablo can find those angles to get those stuns, etc. Final ban from Off-Brand Cereal. It's going to be Li Ming, and Deckard also removed from game number 2. So we have a support choice to be made eventually by Off-Brand Cereal, and that's going to be Rhaegar. Rhaegar, popular on this map especially because he can contribute both in terms of being a standard healer, but also does great damage during that immortal phase. Not only personally with the doggy bite being added into his regular autos, he also has that lightning shield that he can drop on another hero or even himself to add even more damage. Zarya shields a go-go. That should be pretty interesting. Make someone like Greymane extremely difficult to kill when they dive in. Kel'Thuzad returns. We see Muradin. Muradin high health, lots of stuns, high mobility. And we have a Mephisto final pick, folks. Furtive mage jumping into a battle from the shadows, doing some AoE damage in that ring shape, shooting out those nasty skulls. And rather famous ultimate does AoE damage, reveals teams, etc. So here we go. Zarya is going to be played by Rakuten for Off-Brand Cereal. Springlock playing Rhaegar. Mad Buddha on Greymane. Double J playing Johanna, and Mr. Dr. Patrick on Mephisto. For Lightly Salted, we have Wafflecopter playing Kel'Thuzad, Arch Valley playing Tyrande, Delta E93 on Artanis. We have Absolute Yoda on Muradin. And Resonance is playing Diablo. Really beefy frontline for Lightly Salted between Diablo and Muradin. Slightly different quality frontline for off-brand Serial in terms of how it's played. Zarya, rather unusual warrior with the shield approach to life. Looks like Mad Buddha is going to handle the solo lane duties in game 2 here so far anyway.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We cannot tarry.
And game number 2 is now live. Really low frames per second right now. Sorry about that, folks. There we go. A little bit of a technical something or other, but I think we got past it. Rakatan getting flipped by Resonance. No harm done. Pop that personal shield. Mr. Dr. Patrick doing damage from the vent. Just testing the waters right now by both teams, looks like. Let's look at some talents. We have Demolitions Expert, Colossal Totem from Rhaegar, Perfect Aim, Laws of Hope, and Anger being chosen by Mr. Dr. Patrick. This is a legitimate team fight right here. Full-on engagement in this bottom lane. Nobody suffering too badly. Lightly Salted's frontliners taking the most damage in that altercation. Rakatan fairly low. Mr. Dr. Patrick jumping forward, trying to get a play on Resonance. Diablo stays alive though. Absolute Yoda hopping out of danger as well. It's going to be 10 stacks for Kel'Thuzad in the first 2 minutes. Make that 12. Tyrande Stone following up. Rakatan's personal shield looked like it was on cooldown maybe, till just the end of all that. Let's look at some more talents. We have Barbed Chains again from Kel'Thuzad, Moonlit Arrows. Amateur Opponent, of course. Perfect Storm. Devil's Due. Muradin going for more damage over higher third wind sustain. Lightly Salted moving on down to the Merc camp here. Pretty nicely timed. This siege camp will be progressing on this bottom lane just the right time. Right before the objective. Likewise for the Bruiser camp for off-brand Serial.
I shall purge your evil from this land.
We have an altercation around the red Immortal. Everyone but Muradin is involved.
I must find another way.
Off-brand Serial able to burn that Immortal, the red Immortal, down to 50%. We are in halftime and moving beyond halftime right now. Resonance flying in there with a stun on Rakatan. Nice follow-up. That's going to be a Zarya kill. Mr. Dr. Patrick, that's his real form, in trouble. Getting chased by Absolute Yoda. Resonance, another charge. So this red Immortal will stay alive for a little while longer. See if Lightly Salted can keep up this defense while Delta E93 tries to get some damage out on the Blue Immortal. Mr. Dr. Patrick, super low. Diablo as well. Mr. Dr. Patrick, though, flips the script. Muradin falls. And that secures the first objective for Off-Brand Cereal.
The light of the crystal arch shines on.
Blue Immortal is going to fly up to this top lane and then make its way toward the fort. Six to 6 for experience, 1-to-1 in kills. Aside from this objective win, it's been incredibly close so far. This is for all the marbles. For Off-Brand Cereal, Lightly Salted, their season on the line here. Must-win situation for the red team. Wafflecopter getting some work done on Rakuten with that combo. Resonance maybe looking for a flip. Oh, decides to charge Mad Buddha, who decides to leap in. All that damage on Kel'Thuzad in a hurry. Gonna result in death of the Archlich. Arch Valley in trouble. 7 hit points. Mad Buddha wants it though. And gets it. Kill on Tyrande. Mad Buddha's been on fire tonight. Excellent game 1 on Tychus. Let's see how Lightly Salted can respond here. Level 7 talents have been chosen. There's no time to talk about that now. We have more engagements going on around this bruiser camp. Diablo falling. Mad Buddha all over Delta E93. It's not enough. 4 kills to 1. There's a nice chain by Wafflecopter. Springlock down to just below 50% health. Delta E93 saw where that shade of Mephisto was. And there's a swap on Rakuten.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Looks like top forward blew up, meanwhile off camera. Wafflecopter not quite able to save it.
I fight for the glory of the high heavens.
Second objective phase is up. Red Immortal already taking lots of damage. Lightly Salted having to defend again here. The lines come out mostly on Kel'Thuzad though. Diablo charge. Delta E93 below 200 health. Staying alive with those shields. Artanis almost unkillable. Does fall though. As does Johanna and Greymane. That's 2 kills for Lightly Salted as they punch back. They're fighting back. They want to keep their season alive. They want more kills. None to be had. Artanis back on the field. Greymane as well. And so is Johanna. We're going to see round 2 around this Red Immortal. Mr. Dr. Patrick just won't die. Nice final heal from Springlock to keep them alive. And we're really close to ultimates level 10 for Off-Brand Cereal. Greymane and Tyrande will fall. Resonance in danger. 300 and change health. Under 100 hit points. Ooh, and Diablo's gone, but only for a few seconds. Gonna trade in those souls for a faster respawn. 7 kills to 4. 10 to 9 for Off-Brand Cereal. They moved on up to the red immortal and very likely finish it off to take 2 objective phases in a row. The immortal's going to have 50% shields available to it.
Our triumph brings order to this realm.
Off-brand Serial cleaning up top lane a little bit before they'll likely rotate bottom to support the immortal that they secured.
The heavens shall triumph this day. I will bring down the gates of hell.
Shield is down on the immortal, so it's going to be attacking with melee now. No more ranged attacks. There comes Lightning Breath. Zarya pulling folks in. There's the ultimate. So many ultimates, but I was thinking especially of Consume Souls coming out. Waffle Copter dying. Artanis also dead. Off-brand Serial can smell blood in the water. Taronda falls. At the very least, this will be a gate destroyed in the Keep complex. So we saw the likes of Graviton Surge. We have Ancestral, Go for the Throat, Blessed Shield, and we saw Consume Souls as well. As off-brand Serial moves on down to the bottom lane siege camp. Shadow Fisher, Starfall, Suppression Pulse, Avatar, and Lightning Breath, in case we didn't see some of those earlier during that last altercation. A little bit of an invade, even though the camp was taken. Some aggression here from off-brand Serial. They're up 13 to 11. They want to push the issue. Thinking about making it a quick game maybe, but then they move off. There's more experience to be had and siege camps to be taken. Lightly Salted doing much the same.
Be ready.
And this is a sneaky little move, and we have a pause. Delta E93 pausing the game. We're in the 11th minute, almost the 12th minute, in this Division D West quarterfinal game 2 between Off-brand Serial and Lightly Salted. Off-brand Serial, the #1 seed, winning game 1. Having a little mouse technical difficulty, it looks like. So we'll get back into the action momentarily. Okay, looks like both teams are ready, so we will start the countdown. And here we go. That was a quick pause, and this drama up here continuing. There's some bush meta. Lightly Salted moving around just below the danger zone. Double J trying to distract. What will happen? And there's the Mad Buddha jump in, focusing the Kel'Thuzad. The bush meta pays off. Lightning Breath being used. Starfall as well. Rhaegar and Rakatan dying though. 2 for 1 now for Lightly Salted. Now 2 for 2 as Artanis falls. So mutual amounts of destruction there after that bit of tension. Objective is available. Off-brand Serial certainly hoping for more. Not quite getting it. But they are winning the race and will initiate halftime.
Our battle cannot remain.
Resonance moving in, making quick work of Greymane. fancy swap attempt from Delta E93. It's one of those swap attempts that if it connects, looks like a work of genius. Not quite that time though. Zarya ultimate pulling lots of red life bars together. Kel'Thuzad getting blown up. Resonance, nice move onto Rhaegar. Zarya also falling, so that's going to be another 2 kills to 1 for Lightly Salted. This is going to be pretty close. The Immortals are low on both sides. Looks like the Red Immortal is going to die first, but only just. Blue Immortal was down to 1,071 hit points. Off-brand Cereal getting the 3rd Immortal. 3 for 3 on the objective phase so far in this game. We're looking at 13 kills to 9 for Off-brand Cereal. They're about a half level ahead as we approach the 15th minute of this match. Once again, if Off-brand Cereal wins this, they will be moving on in the playoffs. Lightly Salted needs a win to extend the series and their season. They make pretty quick work of that Immortal, but Off-brand Cereal split pushing took down that gate. This team fight super critical. Kel'Thuzad chains come out. I can't talk. Springlock super low. That's 2 more kills for Lightly Salted. Could there be more? Delta E93 leading the charge. Hungry looking at Mr. Dr. Patrick. There's the swap. There's the follow-up stun from Resonance. 3rd kill for Lightly Salted. They want a game 3. They have some buildings to destroy though before they can make that happen. Working on the bottom lane fort right now. Delta E93 taking out one of the siege mercs and then continuing. Off-brand Central looking for some value by securing the top siege camp. Lightly Salted gets their first building destruction here, taking out the bottom lane fort. 16 to 16, 13 kills to 12. Lightly Salted has climbed back into this match despite losing the first 3 objectives. Game is far from over. Double J scoping things out. Off-brand Cereal looking to force an issue, perhaps? Not as much as Resonance, though. Resonance charges in, Lightning Breath coming out right away. And that's going to be Zarya falling extremely quickly. 5 to 4 advantage for Lightly Salted. They're opting for the Immortal. Full on assault.
Enough. I seek better ground.
You don't have to win every Immortal, you just have to win the right Immortal. The Immortal that's timed exactly when you need it. That could be the case for Lightly Salted here. Looks like Off-brand Cereal wanted to get some XP from top lane. Must have known that this objective is going to go for Lightly Salted, and it does. A hefty shield on it as well. This is going to be a 5-on-5 top lane most likely. Ooh, but look at this aggression. Off-brand Cereal wants to take it right to the players. Whole host of damage being put out. Tyrande and Kel'Thuzad dying. That's exactly what off-brand cereal wanted. They might get more. Delta E93 is blown up. Mad Buddha surviving that ruckus with the slightest amount of life. So even though Lightly Salted won that objective, they can't support it as well as they would have liked. They're going to get the fort, maybe a little bit of this gate. Off-brand cereal. Moving forward though, they want to get some siege damage of their own. So that was arguably the best possible defense you could have hoped for on the side of off-brand cereal. They may have lost the objective, but they had the will. They moved in, got some kills. But Lightly Salted, making progress, getting another fort down. Slowly but surely, winnowing away at off-brand cereal. Both teams are going to be 19 pretty soon. It's been even throughout. Lightly Salted looking at some aggression of their own. Trying to make a play as Waffle Copter, not quite connected. But they'll melt that camp very quickly. Zarya pulling in 2 members. Ooh, everyone's bunched up. And we're going to see all the R's being pushed. It's 1-for-1 right now. Tyrande, Raymain, Kel'Thuzad dying. Why am I saying Kel'Thuzad? Artanis falling as well. It's Diablo. Oof. So Phylactery was used. Kel'Thuzad is back up. But 3 members of Lightly Salted are down for the count for 30 more seconds at least. Off-brand cereal with 2 members dead. They fancy a camp invade, then back off of it. Objective is up. They do not have gray mains. They're going to have to make slightly more of an incremental bit of progress here on the Immortal. Lightly Salted goes ahead and secures the Bruiser camp, moves in. Resonance looking for some kind of a target to pick on, and it will be Zarya. Zarya having a tough time. 5 deaths so far this game. Picked on quite a bit by Lightly Salted. Arch Valley, Waffle Copter, and Delta E93 starting to put some hurt onto that blue Immortal. Off-brand cereal regrouping, moving back into a position to do some damage of their own. But Lightly Salted wants to defend, they move down. That Kel'Thuzad damage is real, the Tyrande stun is real. Mad Buddha running for their life. Arch Valley sees it. That should be a favorable trade for Tyrande indeed. She wins that one. And Lightly Salted takes their second Immortal in a row. 3 members of Off-Brand Cereal are down. Wafflecopter looking to make some plays. Not waiting for the... actually, the Immortal hasn't been taken yet. What am I talking about? I'm losing my mind, folks. There's so much going on. Will be soon, though. It looks like Artanis doing the work. Lightly Salted doing a very advanced form of zoning here, you could say. Way out in the lane. Getting the Rhaegar kill. Staggered deaths. Johanna having to pop Unstoppable. And that's going to be another Zarya death. Immortal's going to progress along bottom lane, but Lightly Salted is staying top there at core. Lightly Salted can smell a game 3. Their season isn't over. See what kind of a defense the surviving members of Off-Brand Serial can mount. Delta E93 getting blown up by Mad Buddha. There could be more kills here on the side of Off-Brand Serial. Lightning Breath out. Healthsog trying to get kills before dying, and Greymane does fall. Diablo also dying. Ooh, and a 2-hero destruction. Mephisto getting 3 kills total in that. That is some ultimate value. Bottom Keep fell during all of that, but only Tyrande and Mephisto are alive after that bloodbath. Rhaegar is up to help with this defense. Springlock, Mr. Dr. Patrick, and Raktan trying to kill this Immortal before it kills the core. It's down to 50%. This is a 24th minute Immortal. Arch Valley moving in, wants to help out. This could be GG, and it is. The Immortal sealing the deal. Game 2 going to Lightly Salted. We have a game 3, folks. Fantastic. Lightly Salted looked down in the first part of that game, losing, what, 3 Immortals in a row, was it? Getting the team fight kills that they needed, though. Clawing their way back in, refusing to give up. Number 4 seed taking a game off the number 1 seed. I think that's the first time Lightly Salted has beaten Off-Brand Serial this season. Ooh, the playoff drama is alive, folks. Thanks for joining us. This series is crazy. Game 3, who knows? Rhaegar, 79k healing. Tyrande, 88. We have highest hero damage in that game. Wafflecopter stepping up, 89k. 7 kills, dying 7 times in the process, but getting it done late game. 16k for experience contribution as well. And Mephisto, Mr. Dr. Patrick doing some work. 110k hero damage, 10 kills, only 2 deaths. But it just wasn't quite enough, despite all that value at the end of the game. From Consumed Souls. Alright, so game 3, best of 3. We're going all the way tonight to see who moves on in Division D West. We're in the quarterfinals. 1st and 4th seeds. I'm going to set up game 3 and then we'll be right back with you. Thanks for joining us. See you in a bit. All right, everybody, we're heading into game 3. The lobby is full. Looks like both captains are ready. Lightly Salted is taking us to Barax's Holdout. So let's go ahead and head on over there, shall we? All right, Division D West quarterfinals matchup between first and fourth seeds, Off-Brand Cereal versus Lightly Salted. Lightly Salted getting their first map off of Off-Brand Cereal of the season. They did play earlier, Off-Brand Cereal winning 2-0 during the regular season. They took game 1 in this series, but then Lightly Salted responded in game 2. After being down for the first half of the game, came back in force, and here we are, game 3. Wow, so anybody's game at this point. Lightly Salted finally proving that they can beat Off-Brand Cereal. The dream is real. See Kerrigan and Diablo banned by Off-Brand Cereal. Whitemane and Genji banned by Lightly Salted. I am Odd Thought, by the way, and I am your host, and have been your host for this 3-game quarterfinal matchup. Thank you so much for joining us. This should be a cracking game 3 on Brax's Holdout, of all places. This, I think, is the first time I've cast this game all season. This map, rather. Hasn't been the most popular map in the world. Deckard Cain, first pick.
I heed the voice of Elune.
And we have Tyrande again from Lightly Salted. Tyrande, the mainstay in this series. Blaze. Alright, so Lightly Salted wants to make first claim on an offlaner there. Off-Brand Cereal taking away that Kel'Thuzad, and they're going with an ETC. You're going to see some nasty mosh pit into Kel'Thuzad naughtiness. Could be quite deadly. Ektar saying this is a spicy map. Agreed. These 2-lane maps, they can either be 9 minutes long or they can be 25 minutes long. We just never know what we're going to get. There's a Yrel ban. Lightly Salted really trying to shape that offlane right away. ETC could be an offlaner, you never know. Stage dive opens up some possibilities. A little unusual, but not out of the question. And Medivh will not be able to cheat in this game. He's banned. And now we're back to actual hero picks. Chat is hopping, looking good. Thanks everybody once again for joining us. In this rotation from Lightly Salted, we see a Greymane and a Muradin. So we're swapping some assassins here in game 3. Assassin swapping teams. Delta E93 predicting TOV Cho'Gall Probius. Alright, not to be though. We have Phoenix Varian from Off-Brand Cereal. And a Zeratul Stealther in the house to finish off this draft. I don't even know what to expect. It was looking like Off-Brand Cereal's night until game 2, halfway through game 2. And as I said, I just haven't seen very many games on Brax's Holdout in Season 5. So this is going to be highly entertaining no matter what. Let's announce some players, shall we? Varian played by Rakatan, Mad Buddha playing Kel'Thuzad, Double J on ETC, Springlock playing Deckard this time, and Mr. Dr. Patrick on Phoenix, Wafflecopter playing Zeratul, Absolute Yoda on Muradin, Archvalley on Tyrande, Resonance playing Greymane, and Delta E93 on Blaze. See how this offlane shapes up. Varian makes it even more mysterious.
Facility powering up.
We're about to begin.
As we see the teams poured in and move forward. 2 lanes of frenzy. We're going to have some Zerglings on the map. Some StarCraft flavor being served up. Mystic Hot saying Buddha likely to be on KTZ. That could spell trouble. And
5,
that is true. Mad Buddha playing that Kel'Thuzad.
1.
See if I can actually say Kel'Thuzad consistently throughout this game. Is having trouble with that in game too. Hard to talk and chew gum and walk and talk and chew gum and all that all at the same time. All right, so Wafflecopter hanging out. Rather static moment up here in the top half of the map. Phoenix not quite sure what to expect, doesn't see who's where. I'm gonna keep the camera up here just for a little bit, see how this plays out. Might have to jump back and forth though because off-brand Serial's making a play already onto the towers and gate. I think, who knows what's gonna happen there. Let's pull up some talents meanwhile. Kel'Thuzad at 1 stack in 1 minute so far. Zeratul moving into this bottom lane. Wafflecopter playing Kel'Thuzad in the first 2 games and then going for a Kel'Thuzad killer. And all over Mad Buddha right away. That's going to pay off. Greymane getting the kill, but Wafflecopter going off after one of their favorite heroes. You play a hero a lot, you know their weaknesses, you can exploit it. We may have seen a little bit of that right there. Alright, the beacons are up. Bottom one secured so far by Lightly Salted. Top one's going to be taken by Mr. Dr. Patrick. We're going to be jumping around both of these here. Absolute Yoda getting controlled quite a bit. Trying to get out of there. It's a tall order with that much CC on the table. Off-brand Serial takes bottom, top, converted to red. So some back and forth going on in terms of control. Both teams trying to control those points so they can build up their eventual Zerg waves. Right now, off-brand Serial is the only one who's made any kind of progress in that regard, but we have a fight here. Resonance below 300 health, below 15 health, and that's going to be 0 health. Blown up. And more damage coming out. Double J trying to disengage that. Succeeds. Blaze, meanwhile, died top lane while we were watching bottom lane. Looks like Wafflecopter's going to move in. Low health. It's going to reclaim this point nonetheless. Try to stop that off-brand Serial progress. Beacon progress, I should say, because off-brand Serial's making progress on the gate. They get both towers down. Gate is gone. Crown jewel would be to get the well, so that Lightly Salted wouldn't be able to tap. It's likely on the menu. 4v4 again. Have to be careful and keep looking at top lane so you don't miss any more of that. All that Kel'Thuzad damage. Nice follow-up by ETC, and that's going to be a Tyrande death. Absolute Yoda, 17 health, and then blown up. It's 2 more kills for off-brand Serial. They're up 4-1 on that metric, 6-5 in terms of level. We have a full-on fight here in the top lane. Mr. Dr. Patrick down to 200 health. He is able to teleport away. Delta E93 leaving the point at 50-50. Oh, I almost caught the Zeratul. Death. That well is destroyed in this bottom lane. A little bit of fort damage also achieved by Off-Brand Central. 4v3 down here. Resonance retakes the point. Arch Valley getting about 50% of their life chewed away. Undaunted stays in the fight though. Here's a counter offensive. Kel'Thuzad falling to Zeratul. Wafflecopter moving on up, turning that point red. Top point still blue. And this top lane's actually full of action. Hopefully I can get up here a little more often. Wafflecopter doing a lot of rotating in this game, as you should want your Zeratul to do. Looking for those mismatches. Rakatan making a move onto Resonance. Absolute Yoda having to leap away. Very low health. Rakatan super low as well. Springjack's potions just off the mark there. The double stun from Arch Valley. That point returns to red. But if we look at the objective, the beacon progress is 64% in favor of Off-Brand Cereal. They've just been gradually adding and adding on to that. At 100% we will see the Zerg wave spawn. Kel'Thuzad getting nice combos going there. And Varian is going to die. Double J super low. Resonance departing with a cocktail, but not entirely. Gets chained back by Mad Buddha. No kill though. We have a 2-for-1. Wafflecopter rotating, making those mismatches happen. Securing top lane for Lightly Salted. But Off-Brand Cereal controls bottom, so we're at 64 to 58 though. Lightly Salted has done well to even up those progress bars. 9 to 8 now for XP. 5 to 3 is the kill count. Both in favor of Off-Brand Cereal for the moment. Kel'Thuzad trying to make things happen, but ends up in the front line just about, taking all kinds of damage and dying. Wafflecopter trying to get out. 160 health, going back in, no fear. Varian falling. Double J might be next. Tyrande marking for death, and that will be an ETC casualty. Now we have some real progress being made by Lightly Salted. They're almost up to 90% on the beacon progress. And that's going to be 100%, triggering the first of our Zerg waves. Larger wave belonging to Lightly Salted, but both of them going to be rather significant, going to have to be dealt with by some defensive forces. Wafflecopter going over the wall, harassing as much as possible. We have a 1v1 bottom as Delta E93 tries to winnow that Zerg wave down. We had a Void Prison used there, pausing the fight ever so briefly. And there is that stage dive. I think I might have mentioned the possibility of that during draft. More ultimates being chosen by Off-Brand Cereal. Kel'Thuzad not yet fully decided. Zeratul biting off more than they can chew that particular time. Kel'Thuzad getting some payback there. So our two teams traded forts. Top fort is dead. Bottom fort also dead. Kel'Thuzad almost dead. This time able to survive. Staying in the fight at 25% health. Gonna tussle over this siege camp. Mad Buddha down to 270 health and then 0. Ooh, Muradin going down. Here's Purification. Salvo, Wafflecopter not able to survive that. Mr. Dr. Patrick low, staying in it. Getting the slows on Delta E93. That's going to be another kill. 4 members of Lightly Salted off the map. Off-brand Cereal taking that team fight. And looks like they just want to push, get their value. Top lane. It's going to be one dead gate. Lightly Salted responding with 4. But Off-brand Cereal already did their damage. They're moving on. They want this bruiser camp. Mad Buddha was working the bottom half of the map during that. Off-brand Cereal liking their vents in this 3-game series so far. The Delta E93 looks like a juicy target to Off-brand Cereal. Revealed by the minions. Spotted. Bunker will only do so much. And the rest of Lightly Salted can't get there in time. That's going to be a pick for Off-brand Cereal. 5 heroes to 4 now on the map. Let's see what they do with that advantage they created. 13 to 12. Off-brand Cereal also has a talent lead for the moment. Lightly Salted should be 13 here momentarily though. But our objective is live. Top beacon turned red. Bottom beacon blue. So no progress made quite yet for either team. Resonance likes the opportunity. Not giving up. Somewhere else on the map though. Ooh, it was back here. Zeratul and Blaze defending and dying. That's going to be a dead keep for Off-brand Cereal. Well, maybe not. Maybe the keep will survive with just a little bit of health, although there is another minion wave here, so Off-brand Cereal is going to turn back around, finish the job. Absolute Yoda reclaiming the top beacon. Off-brand Cereal already has bottom beacons, so they're going to move on up, see if they can put some beef back on the menu. No, instead they go for Absolute Yoda. Hero slain. That's going to be Muradin. So after that Blaze pick, it's been really rough for Lightly Salted. They've been a little bit off kilter through this whole sequence, losing a keep and a fort. Arch Valley making that bottom point neutral, not quite securing it all the way. Because there's more aggression to defend here, as Off-brand Cereal was pressuring top. Phoenix is going to fall, as will Greymane during the defense of that. Absolute Yoda walking away with just a little bit of health, but you know, it's moving. Arch Valley though, 300 health, just able to get away. Mad Buddha has Wafflecopter all over them. Mounted to just a little bit of a slap or two. That's about it. Springlock and Rakaton wanting to go ahead and secure this bottom point. Off-brand Cereal's up to 66% now. 66 to 0. That's our progress tug of war right now. Double J could be in for some double trouble here if they're not careful. Off-brand Cereal, the rest of the team though is there. Delta E93 getting the Kel'Thuzad treatment and getting blown up Absolute Yoda next in that regard. Varian getting the credit for that kill. Arch Valley trying to get some stuns in to slow down the progress of off-brand Serial, but will die in the process. That's going to be a siege camp and both beacon points for off-brand Serial. 82% before Wafflecopter can neutralize the beacon progress. Core's been in trouble though for a little bit. You have catapult lane pressure now since that keep is gone. Off-brand Serial trying to make that true for top lane as well. Zerg waves are unleashed. So is Kelth. Zod damage. Stage dive, very aggressively positioned. Blaze just getting comboed again by Kel'Thuzad. Used to be that you could have a very small Zerg wave if you lost the objective, but they changed the map, so there's a little bit of red pressure in the bottom lane. Delta E, super low, does die. Oof, so does Zeratul. So does Greymane. Off-brand Serial has the next round in their sights. Core shield is down. Core's down to 70%. It's going to be 50%. Almost a full team wipe at the end there. Only Tyranda's alive. Core's down to 0. GG. Map and series for your number 1 seed. Off-brand Serial. Taking game number 3, winning 2-1, and moving on in the playoffs. Woo! So, Lightly Salted picked that map, but it went the other way. 22 kills to 8, 16.5 minute Braxis holdout match. Magnite the Succulent Base, welcome to the chat. Hello everyone. So many fans of these teams in chat. It's great to see everybody. What a fantastic series. Game 3 not as close as the other two perhaps, but riveting nonetheless. Action happening everywhere. Kel'Thuzad, 11 kills, 69k hero damage. Mad Buddha returning to form. Doing well all series, actually. Deckard with 45k healing, no deaths. Tyrande getting a kill, 36k healing. Resonance doing some work, 4 kills, 48k damage on Greymane. Absolute Yoda absorbing 70k, most damage absorbed in the game, but dying 5 times in the process, having a rough time. 3 kills for Zeratul. Wafflecopter really pressuring Mad Buddha early, especially after playing Kel'Thuzad in previous games. So, all right, looking good. Let's see if we can get a get an interview here. Send a message out to Rakatan. Get just a short. I don't run my interviews incredibly long. Let's see if we can get a post-game chat here. Hop into an NGS lobby. So there you have it. Let's see if sometimes the bracket gets updated by Mystic instantly. So let's check that out. Looks like Double J is going to join me, by the way, before I bring up that bracket. Let me hop into a lobby here. So many buttons to push. Here we go. Hopefully it'll populate on the screen here shortly.
Hello?
Hey, is this Double J?
Yes, this is Double J. How
Double
are you?
J, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yes, moving on. That's probably one reason why you're doing well.
Yeah.
2-1 over
Okay.
Lightly Salted. I mentioned on stream that you dominated them during the regular season. I think it was your last regular season match. If I'm not mistaken. Something like
It's
that.
either that or the second to last.
Yeah, it was pretty late, but they were able to take a game off of you though in game two. So
Yeah, yeah. I
quite
think
the
we made some misplays on game two. Didn't communicate as well as we've done previously, so it slipped away from us.
What do you think changed from between? Well, game one was pretty back and forth, if I remember, pretty hotly contested. What do you think changed between game one and game two from your perspective?
I think we underestimated Diablo and Murden just punishing any misstep.
Hmm.
We didn't. We thought we could stay longer than we did, and we got picked off because of that. So I think overconfidence was one of our uh, faults in that game.
A touch of hubris. Is
Yeah, a
that
little
what's
bit.
up? Yeah, Mad Buddha, especially on Tychus, having a game in game one. I remember 7 kills. I don't think there was a death there.
Yeah.
Um,
Valentikis, he likes those heroes, and he's good at it.
yeah. Do you have any thoughts on Kel'Thuzad? Because Kel'Thuzad loomed large in these games.
He's scary when teams don't or underestimate his chain combo.
Hmm.
Yeah. This all three games he was played. We finally got him on game three. Uh, yeah, he's late game. He's a late game monster.
Right. So instead of like banning him out, you actually were really Did you want Kel'Thuzad earlier in the series, or was that
Not
more of a
as
reaction to what you had been encountering?
part reaction, and we've played Kel'Thuzad before, but he's not like instant pick for us. But
Hmm.
Matt Budum likes him too, so when he gets a chance to play him, he'll do his best and usually kills people.
Right on. So, for people who might not be entirely familiar with your team, I wonder if you'd give us just maybe a nutshell about your team and how you came into season 5 and what you're about.
Okay, so our friend Serial, we were like a college club friend group in college a couple of years back. We participated in Heroes of the Dorm the first year or two before we graduated, and we really like Heroes and been playing it on and off since its release. And
Okay.
yeah, well, we've had some amateur tourneys in the past, but like we're all kind of a little stable now, so we decided to go for a more longer term tournament this season.
Right on, and it's working out really well. I'm bringing the bracket back up on screen for our viewers. Looking forward to, looks like you're either going to play Longhorn Gaming or Mildly Interesting in your next match.
Yeah.
It looks like you played Mildly Interesting earlier in the season.
Yes, we played them earlier in the season. I can't remember which week it was, but it was like towards the mid of the season, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we ever got a chance to play Longhorn Gaming, and they came in second place, so we're excited to play them.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna go into like deep into tournament, is number 1 seed. It's nice to take out the number 2 seed, right?
Yeah.
Really make that claim to fame. Yeah, very cool. So no predictions then, or looks like you're hoping for a Longhorn Gaming matchup, perhaps.
Yeah, we're always up for a challenge, and losing today, it's or losing one game today, sometimes it's like, okay, we need to calm down a bit and bring it back. So it's humoring in the good way, because then we're like, okay, we can do this. It's fine.
Right. Just a little stumble there just to remind you of what's going on, keeping it real.
Hmm.
Well, cool. I won't keep you too much longer. I was wondering if you had any shout outs to round out the broadcast tonight.
Shout out to my team. Good games. Good job bringing it back from game two. And we're excited to play whoever next in the tournament to do our best. And thank you to NGS for hosting this tournament. It's been a lot of fun, and we really like playing in the tournament.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for taking the time for this post game conversation. And congratulations again on moving on from the quarterfinals.
Thank you
Excellent.
very much. Have a good night,
Yeah, you
everyone.
too. Okay, so that was Double J. For Off Brand Cereal, your winners tonight in a 2-1 3-game match against Lightly Salted. Game 3 could have gone either way. Fantastic matches throughout the night. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I guess I'll just bring up the bracket one more time. Mystic doing such a fantastic job producing that, keeping it updated and live. We're basically a co-producer of the show tonight. Unfortunately, I don't have any game to raid. We are the last game of the NGS broadcasting evening, so this will be a sign-off, I guess, without any raids. But thanks again, everyone, for joining us. And once again, this is Division D West quarterfinals playoff match. Number 1 seed Off-Brand Cereal defeating number 4 seed Lightly Salted, moving on to the next stage, the semifinals, against either Longhorn Gaming or Mildly Interesting. We shall see. And hopefully I'll be back for more playoff casting. We'll see how that works out as well. And that's going to be it for me. So, nighty-night, y'all. And thanks once again for joining us. Have a good one.